Burnout is not caused by working too hard. I know that's a controversial statement, right? Because we've been told for years that burnout happens when we do too much, too many meetings, too many responsibilities, too many deadlines, too many commitments, too much stress. But what if that's only part of the story? What if the real cause of burnout isn't how much you're caring, but how long you've been caring yourself? Because I've met women raising families, building business, leading teams, supporting communities, navigating enormous responsibilities who are energized, purposeful, alive. And I've met women caring far less who feel completely depleted. So maybe the equation isn't as simple as we've been told. And if we keep believing the wrong story about burnout, we'll keep searching for solutions that never solve the real problem, that never get to the root of the problem. So today I want to talk about the burnout lie no one talks about, because once you see it, oh, you cannot unsee it. And it completely changed how you approach your health, your leadership, your relationships, and your life. So here's my opinion. Most burnout conversations are incomplete. Why? Because they focus almost entirely on workload, not self-abandonment. And I believe self-abandonment is one of the most overlooked drivers of burnout among high-performing women. Think about it for a moment. How many women have become experts at meeting everyone else's needs, checking off on everyone else's well-being, supporting everyone else's goals, managing everyone else's emotions, anticipating everyone else's problems while becoming completely disconnected from themselves. The burnout isn't always coming from what you're doing. Sometimes it's coming from who you're no longer listening to, which is you. I remember working with a woman who looked incredibly successful from the outside. Senior leadership role, beautiful family, financial stability, respected by everyone around her. The woman was admired. Yet during one of our conversations, she said something along the lines that stopped me in my tracks. She said, "I don't know what I need anymore." Not what she wanted, not what her goals were, not what she needed from her team, not what her family needed, what she needed. She couldn't answer that. And that's when I realized something really important. Many women don't burn out because they lack resilience. They burn out because they're becoming disconnected from their internal signals. They spent so long monitoring everyone else that they've stopped monitoring themselves. Let's talk about this, something really fascinating here. Your body is constantly communicating with you through signs and symptoms. Fatigue is communication. So is tension, frustration, resentment, brain fog is communication, irritability or mood changes. Even boredom can be a sign of communication. The body is always sending you messages. The problem is many high achieving women have trained themselves to override those messages. Hungry, push through. Tired, push through. Overwhelmed, push through. Sad, push through. Need help, push through. Need rest, push through. Need space, guess what? Push through. Eventually, the body gets louder and louder and louder until what began as a whisper becomes burnout. Burnout rarely arrives overnight. Believe me, it's usually years in the making. It's accumulated micro neglect, tiny moments where you ignored yourself, tiny moments where you said yes instead of no, tiny moments where you stayed silent, tiny moments where you didn't ask for support, where you abandoned your needs. One moment doesn't create burnout. Thousands of these micro moments do. So, what's fascinating is that many women mistake burnout for weakness, but burnout is often evidence of strength used in the wrong direction. Quite interesting, right? Burnout is often evidence of strength used in the wrong direction. What do I mean by that? You become so strong at enduring, so strong at carrying it all, so strong at producing, surviving, that nobody noticed how exhausted you were becoming, including you. So here's something I've observed. Many high-performing women have an unconscious belief: my value comes from what I do. not who I am, what I do, what I achieve, what I produce, what I contribute, what I accomplish. And the problem with this, if your worth is attached to productivity, rest starts feeling dangerous. Why? Because every moment you're not producing feels like you're actually losing your value. This is one of the hidden reasons so many women struggle to recover from burnout. They don't know how to rest without feeling guilty. So let's raise the stakes here because this matters more than most people realize. If burnout was only about being tired, this wouldn't be a big problem. But burnout changes how you experience your life. It steals your presence, your creativity, your curiosity, your joy, your patience, your empathy, your capacity to connect. You start moving through life mechanically. You become efficient, but not necessarily fulfilled, productive, but not necessarily here in the present moment. You're most definitely successful, but not necessarily well. And eventually, something begins to feel off, even if everything looks fine on paper. This is why some women tell me, I have everything I thought I wanted, but I don't feel happy. Does this sound familiar? Do you know women that say this? Have you come across this yourself? That statement isn't selfish. It's information because achievement and fulfillment are not the same thing. Achievement and fulfillment are not the same thing. You can approach every goal on your list and still feel disconnected from yourself. Accomplishing those goals can still make you feel disconnected to yourself. And burnout often lives in that gap. Now, here's the part nobody's talking about, or at least they're not talking about it enough. Burnout doesn't just affect you, it affects everyone around you. Your team experiences, your partner, your children, your friends, not because you're not doing anything wrong, but because burnout narrows your capacity and you have less patience, less energy, less emotional bandwidth, less access to the best parts of yourself. And the people you love the most often feel that shift before you do. So, what do we do here? Let me give you some recommendations that have worked for me and other women that I've helped. First, stop measuring wellness slowly by productivity. A productive day does not automatically mean a healthy day. So ask yourself, do I feel connected today? Did I feel present today? Did I feel energized today? Did I feel aligned today? These 4 questions matter. Second, start listening for the whispers. Most people wait for those breakdowns. Listen earlier. Pay attention to those small signals, the irritation, the resentment, the fatigue, the desire to withdraw, the constant urge to escape. These are often invitations, not inconveniences. Third, create moments of recovery before you need them. This is one of the biggest mistakes high performers make. They wait until they're completely exhausted to rest. Imagine waiting until your car completely runs out of gas before filling the tank, right? Sounds ridiculous. Yet many women do this with themselves every day. Recovery isn't something you earn. Recovery is something that allows you to continue. So I'd like to give you a practice right now. Close your eyes if it's safe to do so. Place one hand on your chest, one hand on your belly. Take a slow breath in through your nose and a slow exhale through the mouth with a gentle sigh. Inhaling through the nose and then letting it go slowly with a gentle sigh through the mouth. Continue breathing a little slower, a little deeper than usual through the nose, feeling that belly rise on the inhale, and then slowly exhaling through the mouth. And now ask yourself one simple question. What have I been needing that I haven't been giving myself? What have I been needing that I haven't been giving myself? What have I been needing that I haven't been giving myself? Don't analyze it. Just listen. Maybe it's rest. Maybe it's support. Maybe it's honesty. Maybe it's boundaries, or it's play, or maybe it's permission. Trust whatever arises, because often the body already knows the answer. The mind is simply catching up. So here's your challenge for this week. At the end of your day, ask yourself, where did I abandon myself today? Not to create guilt or stress or shame, to create awareness. Maybe you ignored your exhaustion. Maybe you skipped lunch. Maybe you avoided that difficult conversation. Maybe you said yes when you really meant no. So simply notice. Awareness is where change begins. You cannot change something you're not aware of. Because the burnout lie no one talks about is this: burnout is not always the result of doing too much. Sometimes it isn't the result of doing too much. Sometimes it's the result of being disconnected from yourself for too long. And if this is true, the solution isn't simply less work. The solution is a deeper relationship with yourself, a relationship where you listen, a relationship where you honor your needs, a relationship where your well-being becomes a priority instead of an afterthought. Because the most powerful form of self-care isn't another bubble bath. It's refusing to abandon yourself again and again and again, until your life starts reflecting the same care you so freely give everyone else. Burnout will always creep up. So if this message resonated with you, let me know in the comments. What's one signal your body has been trying to send you lately? I'm always curious to see the different signals that our bodies give us. And if you know a woman who is carrying the weight of the world while forgetting herself, it's probably all of us or many of us, share this video with her. She may need this reminder today. And until next time, remember, the goal isn't to become more resilient to a life that is draining you. The goal is to create a life that no longer requires you to constantly recover from it. I'll see you next time. Ciao for now. Your Breathwork Barista signing off.